Hello everybody, my name is Rick, and today I was going to be talking about why I think you need discipline over motivation. I know, huge talking point, been discussed many times. I'm just going to do my take on it because I think it's important to talk about. But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and on my YouTube channel. And let's all build a strong civilization by creating strong individuals together. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rick. I'm the creator of Vexick Fitness, where I talk about my takes on powerlifting and martial arts. And hopefully I will be branching out into bigger subjects over time. But for right now, those are the two I'm going to focus on, specifically powerlifting and Muay Thai. So if that interests you, make sure to follow and let's get right into it. So today I'm going to be talking about discipline over motivation and how I show up even when I don't feel like it. This is going to be a pretty short video, or at least I'm hoping it's going to be a short video, but it's not going to be super hard to explain. Your goals is your destination. Motivation is the car, and discipline is the fuel or gas that gets you places, okay? So, what I like to do is, when it comes to motivation, I don't like to rely on that for the things that, in order to get the things that I want in life. Okay, I think motivation can be important. Motivation can be the thing that initially gets you to do things, but it's not the ultimate thing that you should be focusing on, and you shouldn't rely on motivation for in order to take action. For example, I had a friend, not gonna say his name, but we had actually, during the pandemic, when we were working out, we were thinking about both starting fitness Instagram and YouTube channels and tracking our progress, because we were training with heavy weightlifting, not necessarily powerlifting, but heavy weightlifting and specifically martial arts like Muay Thai and even wrestling. The problem is that when we first started talking about this, I remember he was saying he wanted to do a fitness Instagram or a YouTube channel like how I do now. But when he started, the problem is that he was saying that hopefully the key thing that he said was, hopefully I can I can make the channel, and that will keep me motivated to get up early in the morning and stay disciplined and continue with all this stuff, you know? And I kind of agreed with him at the time, but over time, I started to realize that that's not what I should be doing. Okay, so the thing is, when it comes to motivation is a feeling. And it's one of those things that it can be very useful at the time, but it's not gonna keep you it's not gonna be what gets you out of bed to go and do the thing early in the morning or late at night, you know? It's one of those things where you gotta do, like, discipline is one of those things that you have to do it when you don't feel like it. And a lot of people get turned off by that, but it's the truth, you know? You don't want people to sugarcoat it to you. You don't want people to lie to you. Or if you do, then you're gonna wanna get off this channel, okay? The thing is that when it comes to motivation, kind of like how he was trying to describe it, he was saying that he wanted that goal or that destination to be the thing, that he wanted the channel itself or the account itself to be the goal that he was trying to get to, but to use that as the fuel, right? You can't, and this is such a weird metaphor or allegory, but I think of it like this, is that it's like trying to type in your destination into the GPS and then wondering why the car isn't going when you haven't filled it up to begin with, you know? Because you're focusing on the wrong thing at the time. Instead, what you should focus on is the little habits every single day that get you out of bed and get you going. And then for motivation wise, you have to have a big goal that you should strive for, and then that will be the reason why you end up going to the place you want to go to. Maybe I'm not explaining that very well, but I'll try to do my best here. So the way I like to look at it is that My ultimate goal is to be a power lifter and to win multiple competitions in first place in my weight category, right? Maybe the ultimate goal is to eventually be able to bench 395 or 405. Okay, that's just one of the goals, but that's my main goal. Discipline is how every single morning, especially those days I really do not feel like training, I would just get up out of bed and walk to my car, go to the gym anyways, because my goal is big enough and it drives me enough that regardless of how I feel, I'm gonna get up and go and do it. I know, not the sexy answer that most people want, but I'm not here to do that. So what I'm here to tell you is that your goals should be big enough that it makes you want. That's the ultimate motivation. For right now, my ultimate motivation is that by my next competition in June of 2025, I'll be able to bench 315 for a pause. Right now, my max bench is 250 or 245 roughly, and I haven't exactly gone up a lot from there, and my finger being broken hasn't helped with the situation. But that being said, it gives me the opportunity to create YouTube content like this. I get to rest more, I get to eat properly, and I get to reset my life with everything that's going on and readjust. And even though my finger is broken at the time, it's probably, started to heal or callus over right now. The bone's probably fused back together. But that being said, even at that, I still need to get up and go to the gym every day that I naturally go, because that's the ultimate thing that's going to get me to my goal. I know that every single day, there are some days I wake up and I really don't even feel like getting out of bed. Like, I feel like, just sitting there. One of the things that helps me personally stay accountable is the fact that I'll have other people who need to go to the gym with me, and they're on my guest pass, but they can't get in without me. So, I have to be there not just for myself, but for other people as well. I also have my coach and my friend who we're all doing powerlifting together. We all have the same goal, just bigger or smaller numbers depending on where we're at in our lives. And we're all trying to strive to do better in life. And in order to do better with our goals and with life is that you have to use discipline as the gas to fill up your car in order to get to your destination. Again, the way I like to look at it is kind of like a fire triangle, but for discipline, motivation, and the goal or destination. This video is kind of all over the place, but I'm trying to work on my ability to publicly speak, so stick with me. Anyways though, so that's how you're ultimately going to get out of bed and go. That's how you need to look at it. Stop relying on motivation. Don't just rely on discipline, but you do need to stay disciplined, because if you're just doing it just to do it, then you're not going to have any reason to actually go through with it. You do have to have a big goal or a big destination that you need to get to. You do have to have things that will every once in a while motivate you. You do need to reward yourself when you do something difficult, or even when you do something that's just outside of your comfort zone. Even if that comfort zone at the moment is very small, you still need to reward yourself. I like to go and, buy myself a nice meal from, from Raising Cane's, but, an unhealthy meal, but something that I personally like that actually adds to my goals rather than takes away from them, because I'm still able to gain weight with Raising Cane's. I still get a lot of protein and calories with Raising Cane's. That's not the only restaurant. I'm just saying that's my personal preference. So, you need to do that. And eventually discipline will be one of those things, especially when you don't feel like it, but you keep getting up and doing the thing anyways. A lot of people say it never gets easier. It does get easier. It gets way easier. I used to not ever do powerlifting. I never did martial arts seriously as a kid, and I just couldn't stick with it because I didn't have a big goal to actually get to. But once I started having bigger goals, and once I started working towards them and staying disciplined in those actions, that's when I was able to make the best progress that I've ever made. And it's the whole thing with consistency. That's the name of the game, is consistency. Okay? So you need to stay consistent. You need to be disciplined, and it's a lot better if you discipline yourself. But if you need help, make sure that you hire a coach. Try to get somebody as an accountability partner. Do everything you can to reward yourself when you need to, because that's actually how you're going to be able to stay disciplined. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.